Welcome everybody. In this particular class, we will be learning about two-dimensional arrays. Now, in two-dimensional arrays, we can do a lot of things with regard to mathematical operations connected with matrices. Now, once you hear about the word matrices, then you should be in a position to understand the powerful nature of a two-dimensional array in C++. So you will be able to utilize this availability of C++ in handling problems with matrices of varied dimensions. So that's the beauty of having to understand the concepts. As always, having mentioned that, what I wish to do is I would like to demonstrate the power of the two-dimensional arrays using an example. Let us start off with the program. So foremost, we start with the include. So include IO stream, and then using namespace std and start up the parent function. And now we will have to declare that two-dimensional matrix. So I'm going to take in only integers. Since I'm talking about matrices, I'm going to say matrix A. It has got rows and columns. This is the way you have to give. Now you can place in any number there. Now usually what we do is we give 10 by 10. So it doesn't mean that you need to input 10 rows and 10 columns, just for the sake of allocating space. Then from the user, we would like to know how many rows that you would want along with the columns. So I will just indicate the rows and columns, so that's fine. So the idea which we are showing here is that the user has the independence of entering the number of rows and number of columns. Say for example, he wants a 2 by 2 matrix. That means the matrix has got 2 rows and 2 columns. So you can place in that number 2 for the rows and 2 for the columns. Similarly, if he wants to have a 3 by 3 matrix, then he can have rows to be 3 and columns to be 3. And this is not restricted only to square matrices, but it can be extended even to non-square matrices, right? So it need not have to be always 3 by 3, 4 by 4. So it can also be 4 by 5 or anything that the user requires. So there is no restriction on this case. So having given this, it is time that we ask the user to enter the rows. So cout, please enter the number of rows in the matrix. So the user will have to do this. So when the user sees this, he will be prompted to enter the value. So cin captures that. Now what I will do is I will just copy this and paste it here. Please enter the number of columns in the matrix, and this will be captured by cols. Okay, that's the variable we have used here. So now I'm going to give a space, a break in fact, and then I'm going to ask the user to enter the data. Please enter the elements of the matrix in vertical fashion with the first element being followed immediately by the second on the second line. It's just information to the user. So I'm just giving a line that please enter the elements of the matrix in vertical fashion, with the first element being followed immediately by the second on the second line. Next, what we will have to do, we will have to create the for loop. So this is going to be for int I is equal to 0, I less than rows, and I has to be incremented, so that's fine. And then we create a block, and inside the block we have to give another for loop for the columns, and this is going to be j less than columns, and j has to be incremented. And this is another block. So I'll start with cout, and then I will have to actually receive the values, right? So cin matrix A of I followed by j. So the values are received, and that's the end there with regard to the value. So now I want to give a cout here. Cout, the matrix is rows two by three or 2 by 2 matrix. So probably we can give, so this is to make the output a little bit more better, appearable. And now I'm going to copy this for loop and I will paste it here. So over here we only need this variable. We don't need the cin. So I'm taking this off. So I will paste the matrix there and get rid of this, and then I will have a double quote. So this would produce the output, but there will be a slight problem in the output because we are not giving any breaks here. So I'm going to say cout /n. Okay, come out of it, give the return, and then close the block. So this is how the program looks. So we will save it, we will execute it. If there are any errors, we will correct them. So we don't actually need this. So it says please enter the number of rows in the matrix. So I'm going to say 2 rows and 2 columns. Please enter the elements of the matrix in vertical fashion, with the first element being followed immediately by the second, right, on the second line. So this is how it looks. So I'm going to give 2, 3. So there are 2 rows and 2 columns. So I need to enter one more. Now this space that you see here is produced because of the cout that we have given. So that's a reason. Now we enter this. You can clearly see the matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix, and you have got the matrix there. Now I'm going to run this one more time, and I'm going to give a larger matrix, 3 rows and 3 columns, and I will place in the following elements. Say 2, 3, it's 3 rows and 3 columns, so it's a square matrix. So first row, second row, third row, and you got the matrix there. You see that? The matrix is a 3 by 3 matrix. Now you got some formatting there. Probably you can just give a little bit space that this is, you can give a space here. And you see that I'm not giving any space here. Probably you can give a space here, or you can give a tab space. You can give a tab there, and that would give sufficient space. So if you were to save this, first you have to build it. You build it and then run it. So say 2 by 2. Say 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a 2 by 2 matrix. So because of that tab space, it is a little bit spaced off. And you can also bring this towards the center. That's all formatting. But the basic thing is the logic and the understanding of this program. Thank you, everybody.